Think for a moment about your ordinary day. You wake up, check your phone, and there it is. A message from someone you were just dreaming about. Or perhaps you're thinking of an old friend on your commute, and seconds later, you see their name on a billboard, a passing truck, or a cafe sign. These moments are small, easy to dismiss. Yet, deep down, they stir something in you. A sense of recognition, a quiet shiver of meaning. This is synchronicity speaking in the language of your daily life. Sometimes it arrives as déjà vu, that eerie sensation that you've been here before, spoken these words before, lived this exact moment already. From the perspective of the ordinary mind, it seems like a glitch. But from the deeper perspective of the soul, déjà vu is often a whisper from the field, reminding you that you are exactly where you need to be. That your path is aligned with a pattern larger than your conscious planning. Think of it. How many times have you wandered into a bookstore only to have a certain book fall into your hands? The precise words on the page answering the very question you carried in your heart. How many times have you hesitated on a decision, and then, as if on cue, a song on the radio, a conversation overheard, or a random headline speaks directly to your dilemma? These are not tricks of chance. They are guideposts, synchronicities that appear when the universe is leaning closer, offering confirmation, nudging you toward your authentic direction. Spiritually, this is no accident. You are not separate from the field. You are in constant dialogue with it. Your inner state resonates outward, and the world reflects it back in symbols, patterns, and alignments that only you can fully interpret. If you're hearing this, consider the possibility that you are already awakening to this truth. The coincidences that once seemed trivial are now beginning to feel like signs. The subtle patterns are becoming visible, and this visibility is a marker of progress. It means you are moving beyond the mechanical surface of life and into the deeper current. So when these moments arrive, déjà vu, uncanny timing, meaningful repetition, take them as good signs. They are not random sparks, but constellations in the sky of your own awakening. Each one is a reminder. You are not lost. You are on the path, and the universe, in its infinite subtlety, is speaking directly to you. If you step back, those events look random, blips on an indifferent timeline. But if you remain close, with attention, the blips begin to hum and align. They form a pattern. They are not simply happening to you. They're speaking to you. Carl Jung gave this phenomenon its modern name, synchronicity. He called it an acausal connecting principle, meaning events linked not by cause and effect, but by meaning. One of Jung's most famous stories was of a patient describing a dream of a golden scarab. At that exact moment, a beetle tapped against the therapy room window. A rose chafer beetle, golden and iridescent, rare for that region. The coincidence shattered her rational resistance, and she opened to change. For Jung, this was synchronicity at work, psyche and world intersecting with uncanny precision. Jung once wrote, "Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. And once you start noticing, life transforms. What seems like noise reveals itself as a conversation. So begin here." For the next week, keep a small notebook. Each day, record one coincidence, however small, and the feeling that came with it. Don't judge, just notice. This simple act of attention begins to tune your perception to the deeper dialogue of life. So how do these invisible threads of synchronicity work? Modern science has stumbled onto what mystics and depth psychology have long suggested, that mind and matter are not separate realms, but reflections of a single fabric. Quantum physics shows us that particles exist as probability until observed. The observer collapses possibility into actuality. Consciousness participates. Entanglement shows that particles separated by vast distances remain connected in real time. What happens here is linked to what happens there, not by cause, but by correspondence. The human body reveals similar mysteries. The heart's electromagnetic field extends beyond the body and shifts with emotion. Fear creates incoherence. Gratitude creates harmony. The outer world often echoes this resonance back to you as synchronicity, the field mirroring your tone. Depth psychology saw the same thing. Patients often reported dreams whose images unfolded in waking life soon after. Inner imagery and outer events met across the threshold of meaning. Think of it as resonance. Just as two violin strings tuned to the same note vibrate across space, so too your inner state and outer events. Change the tone within, and the field around you answers. The language of the universe. If the universe speaks, what language does it use? Jung believed the answer was archetypes, universal patterns of meaning that live in the collective unconscious and structure both psyche and cosmos. The hero, the trickster, the mother, the mentor. They appear in dreams, myths, and sometimes in the timing of real life. When an archetype is active, synchronicities arise that carry its signature. Numbers form another grammar. Jung himself was fascinated by number symbolism, convinced that numbers hold archetypal qualities. Repeated sequences, 111, 222, 333. These act like highlighters in the text of your life, signaling that you are in alignment with a deeper unfolding. Nature also participates. A hawk circling at a decision point, a butterfly appearing during a transition. Such encounters are not dismissed as mere chance when viewed through the lens of synchronicity. Dreams are another gateway. Jung believed dreams compensate for the one-sidedness of the conscious mind. When a dream image later appears in waking life, the synchronicity signals a deeper alignment between inner and outer. And do not ignore absence, silence, delay, emptiness. These too can be synchronistic. The cosmos speaks not only through presence, but through what is withheld. To recognize your personal dialogue, keep a signal log. Write down the outer event, your inner state, and any dream or archetype connected. Over time, you will see patterns unique to your journey, the symbols through which life speaks directly to you. Awakening as a conscious co-creator. What is the purpose of synchronicity? For Jung, it was not a curiosity but a guide, a marker of individuation, the lifelong process of becoming who you truly are. Synchronicities signaled that outer events and inner growth had converged. To live with this awareness, 3 practices matter most. Attention. Journaling dreams and coincidences builds a bridge between unconscious and conscious. Coherence. Breathwork, meditation, prayer, or gratitude stabilize your field so the signals are clear, not distorted by fear. Response. When synchronicity arrives, act. A nudge ignored becomes background noise. A nudge followed becomes transformation. Life then ceases to feel mechanical. It becomes mythic. You begin to see not only random events, but archetypal encounters guiding your journey. Relationship, work, and the larger consequence. Synchronicity reshapes relationships, vocation, and even culture. In relationships, repeated patterns often mirror unresolved inner conflicts. Jung called this projection. What we refuse to integrate within appears in the people we meet. Recognizing this is liberation. It turns conflict into opportunity for growth. In vocation, synchronicities often signal calling. The right teacher appears when the student is ready. The right door opens when you have done the inner work. Jung saw this as confirmation that life itself participates in the individuation process. Collectively, ignoring synchronicity leaves societies vulnerable to emptiness and manipulation. People seek meaning only in external authorities, forgetting the dialogue always available within and around them. But when synchronicity is embraced, cultures shift toward wholeness, each individual reclaiming their guidance. We have traveled from noticing patterns in noise, to glimpsing the science of resonance, to exploring the symbolic language of archetypes and numbers, to practicing attention, coherence, and response. Now, a final invitation. When synchronicity appears, a beetle at the window, a dream fulfilled in waking life, a number repeating on the clock. Pause. Breathe. Ask, what is this pointing to in me? What step am I being asked to take? These events are not trivial. They are signposts of your unfolding, reminders that psyche and cosmos are woven as one. If this resonates, write in the comments. I will listen to the signs. That small act of declaration plants a seed of awareness. And remember, you are not an isolated observer in a meaningless machine. You are a participant in a living cosmos, a co-creator in dialogue with the field. Until next time, stay present, stay aligned, and trust that the universe is already speaking to you.